The movie begins in a dimly lit room, where a dead pig is suspended from the ceiling. Chen Kwai-bun, a renowned detective, is repeatedly stabbing the pig's corpse until it crashes to the floor. With a cleaver, he severs its head. As this unfolds, Ho Ka-on, an inspector, enters Bun's office. Despite Ho's introduction, Bun remains focused on his task. He instructs Ho to assist him in fitting inside a suitcase and rolling it down the stairs. This peculiar action is part of Bun's investigation into the murder of a student whose body was discovered stuffed inside a suitcase. With Ho's assistance, the suitcase is rolled down several flights of stairs. Upon opening it, Bun emerges, albeit disoriented, with a revelation: the culprit behind the student's murder is the owner of an ice cream shop. This success marks another triumph for Detective Bun, renowned for his extraordinary instincts and prowess in solving murder cases. Bun's investigative methods stray from traditional evidence analysis and paperwork. Instead, he immerses himself directly in the crime. Bun is gifted with the ability to see a person's inner personalities or hidden ghosts, and this helps him in solving the cases. However, not everyone in the department shares the same admiration for Bun. Some view his unique talents with suspicion, branding him as eccentric or even questioning his mental stability. He faces an abrupt end to his career. Following a shocking incident where he severs his ear and presents it to his retiring boss, he is forced into retirement. During a stakeout, police partners Wang Kwok-chu and Ko Kai-wai find themselves parked on a dark road, awaiting their suspect's arrival. In a moment of distraction, Wang misplaces his wallet, only to later discover it between the car seats. Wang realizes that some money is missing and accuses Kai of theft, escalating into accusations about thefts within the police station. Kai vehemently denies the allegations, but their dispute is interrupted when the suspect they were waiting for arrives. As they attempt to apprehend him, the suspect flees into the forest, prompting Wang and Kai to give chase. They go into the forest where Wang disappears along with his gun. 18 months after the events surrounding Wang's disappearance remain shrouded in mystery. Meanwhile, Bun is living in seclusion. His ability has transformed into a disease. He is constantly plagued by the visibility of inner personalities within people. Moreover, he perceives his wife Mei Chung's presence around him in various forms and engages in conversations with her, despite her physical absence. Returning to their apartment from a convenience store, Bun and his wife are surprised to find Ho waiting for them. Ho seeks Bun's assistance regarding the case of Wang's disappearance, as Wang's gun has been implicated in multiple armed robberies following his disappearance. Ho hopes that Bun's unique ability can provide crucial insights to track down the perpetrator. Bun's wife opposes his return to police work, but Bun persuades his wife to reluctantly agree to his involvement. Ho can't see Bun's wife because she is just in Bun's mind. Returning to the police station for the first time since his dismissal, Bun attends a briefing led by Ho. Ho outlines the various armed robberies that have occurred, and a lone masked gunman wielding Wang's police gun is responsible. Tragically, casualties have also occurred during these incidents. The bullets recovered from the crime scenes match those fired from Wang's gun. During the briefing, Bun impulsively punches a team member Ho who was having negative thoughts about him in the face, prompting Ho to end the briefing and clear the room. Alone with Bun, Ho learns of Bun's ability to perceive people's inner personalities and thoughts. They then watch an interview with Kai and suspect his involvement in both the robberies and Wang's disappearance. Ho and Bun decide to tail him. Bun uncovers a startling revelation during his investigation. Kai isn't a single individual but rather a seven-spirit collective, with each spirit representing a facet of the seven deadly sins. A business-like woman leads this collective. Bun and Ho tail Kai to a restaurant. As Ho questions Kai about his partner's disappearance, the fat man persona becomes visibly nervous. However, the composed businesswoman persona swiftly provides an alibi. Following the interrogation, Bun confronts Kai in the restroom, where he observes the fat man persona once again, to provoke a reaction and understand the coordination between Kai's personalities. Bun urinates on Kai's leg. Kai quickly shifts to the businesswoman persona and confronts Bun aggressively, slamming his head against the wall. Kai holds a gun to Bun's head. His other personalities collectively intervene to prevent him from pulling the trigger. Ho arrives in time, revealing Bun as his partner. Reluctantly, Kai lowers his weapon, expressing frustration at being continually suspected in Wang's disappearance. Before leaving, Bun addresses the fat man's personality, questioning why he can't pull the trigger. This revelation alarms Kai's other personas, except for the composed businesswoman, who dismisses Bun's claim as impossible. Ho tends to Bun's head injury, but Bun is exhilarated by his discovery of Kai's multiple personalities. He theorizes that the fat man persona is a glutton and coward, with the businesswoman persona being the dominant force. Bun decides to reenact the robberies committed by the masked gunman. Bun senses they may be hunting for two perpetrators, one ruthless and the other more cautious. Ho remains skeptical of Bun's theory, questioning why a skilled criminal would resort to robbing a convenience store. Bun attributes this to Kai's multiple personalities. During a call from Ho's girlfriend, Bun suggests dinner, bringing along his invisible wife, much to the girlfriend's discomfort. Noticing Ho's motorcycle, Bun reminisces about his own. Despite his wife's disapproval, Bun rides with Ho on the motorcycle. The girlfriend learns from the restaurant owner about Bun's peculiar behavior, acting as if his invisible wife is present. Later, Bun insists on driving the motorcycle recklessly, enjoying the thrill, and speeds off with his invisible wife. Upon their return, Bun switches places with Ho, who engages in a heartfelt conversation with Bun's invisible wife. Bun returns, seemingly conversing with his wife, and appears happier since working with Ho. The next day, Bun and Ho visit the forest where Wang disappeared. Bun confesses his symbolic gesture of respect to the retired chief and senses Wang's demise. To locate the burial spot, Bun suggests burying Ho, leading to a startling vision of Kai searching for his gun. Bun flees with Ho's belongings, leaving Ho in a makeshift grave. After Bun's enigmatic departure with Ho's belongings, Ho emerges from the shallow grave, bewildered by Bun's actions. Determined to confront his partner, Ho arrives at his apartment, discovering evidence of Bun's deteriorating mental state, including clippings of female murders adorned with cryptic symbols. Ho storms into Bun's apartment, only to be met with a disturbing sight. The walls are adorned with newspaper clippings detailing female murders, accompanied by enigmatic symbols scrawled in what appears to be Bun's handwriting. As Ho grapples with the implications of his partner's apparent obsession, a woman unexpectedly appears. Resembling Bun's wife, she exudes authority as a police officer, a stark contrast to the submissive figure Ho expected. It turns out that she is not dead and that she is a police officer in the same department and they are divorced. Revealing herself as Bun's ex-wife, she dispels any notions of Bun's supernatural abilities, attributing his behavior to mental illness. She came to Bun's apartment because she learned that he hadn't been attending his psychiatric sessions. Warned to steer clear of her ex-husband, Ho is left to grapple with the unsettling revelations about Bun's psyche. Meanwhile, Bun revisits the restaurant where he encountered Kai previously and orders the same meal. Outside, he witnesses a skirmish involving Indian immigrants, sparking an idea. Assuming Ho's identity, Bun ventures to Kai's police station in search of clues. Unable to locate Kai, he probes about cases involving Indians and gun inspections, uncovering lax procedures within Kai's unit. Bun inquires if Kai worked on cases involving Indians, but the answer is no. He then inquires if they had regular gun inspections for their officers, and the supervisor confesses that the policy is more relaxed for his team. Bun covertly investigates Kai's desk, discovering rolls of money, and delves into his locker, finding the Indian suspect, Naresh Sharma's arrest photo. Returning to the forest, Bun simulates burying himself, triggering a vision of Kai's past actions. Kai had lost his gun and encountered Wang, who intended to report the incident. Fearing repercussions, Kai's alter ego, Rageful Man, emerged and fatally attacked Wang. Subsequently, Kai's businesswoman's persona intervened, preventing him from harming Naresh Sharma, who fled with Kai's weapon. Bun deduces that Kai's gun was stolen by Naresh Sharma and that Kai killed his partner, Wang, to use Wang's gun to cover up the loss of his own. In Bun's vision, Kai's scheme unfolds further. Kai manipulates the police database to switch firearm numbers with Wang's, concealing his own missing gun. Naresh Sharma, in possession of Kai's real firearm, becomes the perpetrator behind the armed robberies. Kai himself adopts the role of the second masked robber at times, his various personalities emerging during the staging of a warehouse to resemble Sharma's hideout. Disguising the scene with incriminating evidence, Kai, under the guise of his businesswoman persona, anonymously alerts the police about a suspicious Indian individual. Falling for the ruse, Ho and his team rush to the warehouse, where they discover Wang's police ID, reinforcing Bun's earlier theory. Pursuing a masked figure, Ho is outmaneuvered as the individual escapes. Emerging from his makeshift grave, Bun hurries back to the city to warn Ho about Kai's intricate plot. When Bun reunites with Ho, he finally glimpses Ho's inner personality, a young, scared boy. Bun shares his suspicions with Ho, revealing his belief that Kai orchestrated Wang's murder and framed Naresh Sharma. Ho is furious with Bun for abandoning him and harbors doubts about his trustworthiness, particularly upon learning about his mental illness. Despite Bun's attempts to explain Kai's role in the orchestrated setup involving Naresh Sharma, Ho remains skeptical and attempts to confront him. Meanwhile, Bun's imaginary wife warns him of Ho's lack of trust, exacerbating his inner conflict. Bun takes matters into his own hands, seizing Ho's gun, police ID, and car to continue his pursuit of the truth. As Bun drives away, still in possession of Ho's gun and badge, his imaginary wife expresses disappointment and jumps from the car. Simultaneously, Bun's actual wife visits the restaurant and leaves her contact details with the owner, urging him to notify her if he sees Bun. Upon arriving at the restaurant, Bun encounters his real wife seated at a table, although he only perceives her inner persona, a slightly older woman. Despite his imaginary wife's attempts to intervene, the real wife catches up with Bun. Bun's wife attempts to jog his memory, reminding him that she is his real wife and that he conjured up an imaginary version of her when she left him. Without further explanation, Bun discloses the identity of the killer in a case his wife is investigating. Meanwhile, Ho's girlfriend visits his apartment, where Ho confides in her about Bun possessing his gun and badge. He considers reporting the loss to the department, but his girlfriend dissuades him, fearing it could tarnish his record and hinder his chances of promotion. Instead, Ho requests his girlfriend's gun for protection while he continues his investigation. At Kai's police station, Ho endeavors to arrest him for Wang's murder. However, upon checking Kai's firearm, Ho discovers that its serial number doesn't match the missing gun, as Kai had already manipulated the database to reflect Wang's serial number. Consequently, Ho begins to trust Kai more than Bun. Kai receives a call informing him of a lead on the suspect. He invites Ho to join him in apprehending the suspect, and they head to a secluded warehouse. Accompanied by Kai, Ho heads to a warehouse in search of Nurse Sharma. Unbeknownst to them, Bun clandestinely tracks their movements, intent on warning Ho of the impending danger orchestrated by Kai. Upon arrival, they get into an elevator and Ho receives a warning text from Bun, who is also at the warehouse, cautioning him that Kai intends to kill him once he retrieves his gun. However, Ho, now swayed by Kai's influence, dismisses Bun's warnings. As the elevator doors open, Ho and Kai spot Nurse Sharma and give chase. Bun contacts Ho once more, revealing that Kai killed his partner to conceal the fact that Nurse Sharma possesses Kai's gun. A shootout erupts among the trio, shattering mirrors in the warehouse, reflecting Kai's multiple inner personalities. Kai fatally shoots Nurse Sharma, and Ho wounds Bun. In turn, Kai attempts to shoot Ho but only grazes his shoulder. Bun, summoning his last strength, eliminates Kai to safeguard Ho. With Bun mortally wounded, he witnesses a confident female personality emerge within Ho, advising him to manipulate the crime scene to emerge as the hero. Following the advice, Ho orchestrates a scenario where his girlfriend corroborates his account, claiming she was present and fired her own gun. Amidst the chaos of the warehouse shootout, lives are lost. Both Sharma and Kai meet their demise, with Bun also falling victim to the violence. In his final moments, Bun witnesses a disturbing revelation. Ho's inner personality, depicted as a scared boy, receives counsel from another persona, a female spirit advising him to fabricate an alibi. Ho then rearranges the guns among the deceased. The film concludes with Ho planting Wang's gun in Bun's hand, framing Bun for the armed robberies and murder. This mirrors Kai's actions, as Ho is depicted endlessly rearranging guns to concoct his own cover story. Thus, the cycle of deceit and manipulation persists even in the aftermath of the tragic events. And the movie ends.